What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to some ice cream. Emily, Peugeot, hello. And also, hello to my wife, who, she got me my favorite snack. A healthy, salty snack. Hold on here. We'll get rid of this background. It's just looking way too suspicious, way too sus, as the kids would say. Let's get rid of that. Let's just, okay, here we are. Here we are in a blank white room. That's the truth of things, you guys. I'm in a plain blank white room, and I have a cat and a wife that just got home, and I love them both. The cat has boogers in her eyes.
No, leave my mouth.
My wife probably has boogers in her eyes. But yeah, she got me a snack that I'm pretty excited about. This thing, I don't know if you guys have ever tried it. 130 calories per serving. And there's like 4 servings in the bag, which is pretty nice. It's basically air. It's basically air and salt, but ranch flavor. And it's just like, the ingredients are like, they're vegetables. There's like, yeah, corn, avocado oil, tapioca, vinegar, maltodextrin, baker's yeast, garlic, tomato, onion, oregano, pepper, tomato powder, citric acid, sunflower oil. That's it. Anyways, so thank you, wife, for bringing those home for my for a healthy treat. Believe it or not, guys, with the leg edema that I have and all that, my sodium is low. So go figure, go fly a kite, right, you guys? So hello, Siriana, hello, how are you doing? Sigonanthus Society, what is going on? Thank you for saying I look alive and well, lively and well. Oh, okay. I'm used to people being like, "Hey, you're alive." That's all I have. That's all, that's all you're getting today is, "Hey, you're alive." Good. Anyways, guys, so there's a couple things I want to talk about tonight, and kind of the first live stream in a couple weeks that I've felt up to doing. I have had a run of it. We're not going to talk about my health very much at all or anything. But what I did want to talk about is the scams that have been going around YouTube and the people, y'all beautiful, lovely, incredible community members. If you guys have more scams that you have been seeing, or phishing, or spam, or just stuff that's fishy and not in a good way that we like around here on this channel, please chime in. But what was, so one thing majorly that annoys me, and first of all, I have to speak on something that I said, hey guys, I didn't really want to speak on this too much, even though as I've said to Jan and many of you who've contributed to the GoFundMe for my medical bills, because I have a lot of medical bills, even though I have full insurance and all that jazz. I felt weird about it, and I was like, I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to do that. Well, she set one up, and she's like, you know what? Like, some of us feel like we want to help, and we want you to know that that's what we're helping for, so that you can rest if you need to. While I took that last couple weeks to try to rest on the channel, because also I made a lot less money. Anyways, as awkward as I feel talking about that, something even more awful has happened, which is some people were in the DMs of other people in the community, and they were saying like, oh, you can just send Alex the money to this PayPal account. And I got 2 emails, and I'm not going to share the details of it at all, but I would really, I'm going to put this in the info. My email is Alexander J. Williamson at gmail.com. That's my personal email of 25 years or whatever. Right there in the chat for you to see if you need to email me. But this has happened when people have claimed that they've won prizes when I do gift card giveaways of like $100 or $200. One time we did a $500 gift card giveaway, and I had 3 people claim that they were the person. And, you know, a lot of times YouTube names and names don't match on the email and the YouTube. Now, normally you would think that you could just, you know, roll with the punches. One person would admit, okay, I am the one who won, and that's that. Because of that, I have had to do a little more double checking, a little more like, okay, can you send me a screenshot of this or that? Or, you know, honestly, a lot of times the people who win these things are the people who are at all these live streams. And so there's a good 500 people that I know pretty well. And I can see like, oh, they have the same screen name as here, they're active, or they have a website, or I know them on Facebook, or whatever may be the case, you know. But when it's somebody that I really don't know at all, and they win, then I have to come up with a way of saying, oh, can you show me a screenshot of, you know, your screen from your end with your screen name, or can you message me from that in the comments and say this word, or say, hey, I won. I'm the one who emailed you, and say the word fish or something in the description. So, you know, I've got my ways that I can do that. That's not too hard, but that is one that made me really sad, because I have not linked the GoFundMe personally on here, other than in one live stream. I did say thank you so much to all of you at the GoFundMe, but I didn't link the GoFundMe up. But I know people were searching for it, so I knew that could happen. And people, what they do is they say, "Did you know that GoFundMe takes a cut?" And this is where the half truth and whole lies begin. So let me clarify this. People will say, you know, if you want to help a creator, don't just donate to their channel via YouTube, because if you donate a super chat, YouTube is going to take 40% or 30%, or it depends on where you're doing it, which country you're in, and how much you're doing it. But basically, YouTube takes 30 or 40% right off the top. So say you say, Alex, I want to help you out. Here's $100, and you do a super chat of $100, and it shows up on screen, and everyone's like, oh wow, that was really nice. And it's incredibly generous. Well, when you do that, YouTube does take $40 from that right off the top. Then I get the $60 put into my next check from YouTube, or Google rather, through their AdSense. Well, then the obvious thing that happens, and it would probably happen in my PayPal as well, but then it gets hit with tax at 22 or 3%, up to 27%, depending on how things are structured. So that then takes another chunk from that $60 that's left. It takes whatever, another 10 or 12 bucks away from that. So you given $100 and only 50 makes it usably to me. So you can definitely see why people suggest, why don't you get on Patreon or PayPal or this or that? And I think Patreon takes 5%. I think that 3% for the credit card and 5% for themselves, something like that. But it doesn't matter. PayPal, Venmo, you know, those are the ones that take less than like 3% off the top. Now, granted, you still have to pay taxes and technically and all that. And I'm not saying that I'm not appreciative or that people shouldn't donate that way, because it is a very safe way. It's already hooked up through your YouTube. But what I'm saying is, if anybody ever tells you, like, oh, so-and-so's house got hit by a hurricane and they lost all their fish tanks, or they don't have electricity and we need to buy them a generator, or they have cancer and we're gonna, the FISHFAM wants to chip in and do this or that, just figure out what the main mechanism or the main channel for that is, because there are unscrupulous people, and I hate to say it, but we clearly do have some people hanging around any tight-knit group on the internet, but it's easy to take advantage of the love and trust that's here in the FISHFAM. And I didn't think that would ever be a problem. I mean, it hasn't been a problem other than once or twice in 8 years now. But it came up twice in the last 6 months, that particular thing. And that's not the big scam I'm talking about today. That's just one of many things going on that I wanted to talk about, because more what I want to talk about scam-wise tonight is scam-wise. It's like Lord of the Rings. Samwise. And no, anybody? Oh, all right. Anyways, beyond all that, I do want to say again, thank you so much for those of you who were so kind as to donate to the GoFundMe. There is a real GoFundMe. And because of that, I feel as though I should probably attach the GoFundMe in the description of, say, like this video after we get off here. I hadn't thought all that through yet when I jumped on this video, but I'm not trying to promote it and say, hey, I'm in dire need, feel guilty for me, gimme, or anything like that. I really am not. I'm just really, I want to make sure if you gave money that you gave it to the correct place, because we have such kind people that someone else did set that up. I didn't set it up, obviously. That's just a bummer that if someone took advantage of that. So that's first order of business, and that's something that I almost didn't even want to say because it kind of puts ideas in people's minds, I guess. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is when you are a creator on YouTube and you have a channel, you get a lot of emails from YouTube. And I was going to show some of you guys the kinds of things that we see. And I have been being held at what they think they're doing is holding me for ransom. Basically, they're saying one of your videos uses a song that's from a French band. It was in the background of one of your live streams. And we could sort this out without getting YouTube involved, or we could take your whole video down and you'll lose all your money on it. Well, the joke's on them. They don't know that my channel is not quite big enough, that my live stream is going to bring me like $6 or something for actual watch time, just ad revenue or whatever. Like super chats and things like that, granted, can add up more in my live streams. But money for simply a live stream happening is going to be between like $2 and $10 probably for a 2-hour live stream with a couple thousand views. It's not what they're thinking. And so I'll get a message saying, hey, we can make all this go away for $50. Here is the content in question. And they will link a thing to the video. And the person who's sending this thing sends it from an email account that looks like it could be from YouTube. It'll say like, do not reply or no reply. It'll say YouTube copyrights /.de.com. But it'll have like what looks like a very official thing. They'll actually take the exact template out of the things that I've seen when I have accidentally used copyrighted songs, or if I've had copyrighted music during a live stream. Like if I walk into a shop and all of a sudden the Eagles are playing, oh, I know about it because I get alerted through my phone through the app that says Studio app. But these people are trying to get at me through actually my email associated with it, saying, hey, we're not like those other people that are going to do a DMCA takedown. We don't want a strike against your channel. You can just pay us some money. And these people have nothing to do with anything. They're just trying to get money or information about the channel. So for instance, they'll say, if you just let us use this tool to click here and log in, I had my friend look at one of the tools that they had, which was a downloadable PDF is how it was listed. But inside of that, there was a .exe file. So a program, old school, Windows style program. And it was going to then, when clicked on, if you downloaded it and if you extracted the files and then open that, hit open all like a lot of people would, if you did that, it would have played. And what it would have done is it would have scrubbed all the keystrokes for logins and things. So that's another really sketchy thing that goes on. And yes, that happens to creators. But what I wanted to mention is that I have gotten these scams, and I'll show you guys the emails if you're interested. I've gotten scams like this both as just a YouTuber in general too, saying you won, let's make up someone big, like Aquarium Co-op. You've won from Aquarium Co-op, and it'll say Johnny from Aquarium Co-op, right? Well, it won't be their official account. It would be a message from someone named Johnny, and it would say, hey, give me your email and we'll send you the info on how you can collect your prize. And then they're trying to fish for more information from you. So this is something else that goes on that's similar to those people who are trying to get prize money or giveaway gifts that they didn't win. That's one level of bad in my mind, to try to get the gift you didn't win in a giveaway. But it is a whole lot worse when you are trying to take money and or even like basic identity theft type stuff going on within the fish family under the auspice of, hey, we're going to send you a 3D printed egg collector or something like that. And they will pick something that's been in your feed lately that you've seen, that all of us have seen if you're active in this community. And sometimes it won't make sense. You'll be in like Australia or something and you'll say, like, they should know better. Like, why would they try this? They know shipping's going to cost them way more. And that's when, a lot of these things get caught like right off the get. But if you're like anyone else, there's a good chance that you could fall for kind of these different phishing scams. And if you really get into it, there's a lot of stuff that comes from YouTube, like the Creator Academy. Let me show you some of this stuff. Also, guys, I want to thank so much right now. It's been a little while since I streamed. Obviously, it's been I streamed a little bit, but it's been there was a 2.5 week break. But Johnny is back at it. Johnny Best with the motorcycle eyes, with the headlights. 5 Fishery gifted memberships to the lucky folks in the live stream. There's only 30 of us in here tonight right now. So I hope, and I know it went to some good folks, because everyone I see in here is good folks. So yeah. Yeah, some people are aware and some are not. That's why knowing is half the battle. The more you know. Doon, 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 doon. Also, Ollie the pufferfish. Just joining after jury duty. Oh boy. So I just mentioned you, and I wanted to say that I am so incredibly thankful for the generosity and your compassion and thoughts of putting together, a GoFundMe campaign for my health when I have been in pretty rough straits, rough condition the last few months. Like, yeah, I'm gonna owe, even with insurance well covered, even with monthly payment, all that, yada yada yada. I'm not gonna get into it right now, but it is very appreciated, and it was very kind, and the people who supported that idea are very kind. Now, I did not really promote it on my channel because I feel weird about being like, give me money in that sense. It's hard for me to ask for help, so I posted it once, but I realized a flaw when I received an email the other day that had somebody asking if there was a PayPal account linked to me, which there is, but there was an incorrect PayPal account they had that someone else who wasn't me had said, hey, if you want to give money directly, you can give it to him through his PayPal. And that is very thinking outside the box. It gets around fees. It's very appreciated, yada, yada. But you need to go through me or, my posting and my links. If somebody else passed you that link in passing in the chat or whatever, that is a real bummer that somebody tried to essentially intercept because of the pressure and fees on that. They tried to scam another community member and who wanted to support me, and they luckily checked with me and they said, hey, is this your email? It wants a confirmation number, and I don't know that. And I said, that's not, I don't know whose PayPal that is. It wasn't just an accident. It was completely a different PayPal. And so that just like hurts my heart that somebody did that. And it makes me feel bad. It makes everything just look bad and sketchy altogether about the whole vibe of what is so kind about the fish family. Like, we know so many people who have had fights with cancer or, diabetes or surgeries or heart surgery, or, their hurricane takes something out or whatever it may be. They lose the breadwinner of the family, or they have to tear down their fish room and they just need some support, so they can keep one tank or whatever. There's been so many stories over the last 8 years and so many incredible campaigns, and also just like, here's a couple of bucks from 1,000 people. A couple bucks from 1,000 people turns into like $5,000 really quickly. And it's so incredible about this community. But also there is that scammer energy that is now aware of how tight-knit our community is. And so definitely it needs to get called out. Another thing that happened, and I'm going to call them out right now. I'm going to call them out by name, which normally I wouldn't do, because I would say I need the full story. I need to know what's going on. But in this case, I don't care if every one of y'all email them and say, hey, jerk face, what is going on? But basically, so if y'all know, I work with Moonlight Aquatics. Chang is his name, the owner, young guy in his 20s, just got engaged. He literally sleeps at that shop. He has the best prices on so many of the fish he carries. And let me pull it up also while we're talking about it. So let me pull that up. All right, so here we go. Pop this up, everybody, and Johnny Bez. Hello to all. Outside in Aquatics, hello. Dagmar Haggerty, hello. Prodigal Aquatics, or Aquarius, hello. Craig Catfish, what's going on? South Bay Sapphires, love them sapphires. Love me some Montana sapphires too. Good to see you guys. So let me pull up the screen. Share screen. All right. So Moonlight Aquatics, you guys know that I support this website. I mean, this guy is insane. Look at this. He's got these Bloody Mary Hillstream loaches that used to be, he used to have them for $39.99. Now they're $29.99. These incredible fish that are like brand new in the fishy fish world. I mean, beautiful freaking fish. So cool with the lines and then the maze pattern on their face. There's a rush on to be the first to breed him. Then he's got all these different, pink ones for 20 or 15 or 30 or 25, all sorts of different prices. But, and he's got here too, the CW111, brand new, very rare, Hoplosoma. It was a Corydorus, but the Vulcan Corydorus, very, very, very sought after, very hard to find. And, he goes all the way down to he's got lots of other rare Corys right now too. He's got CW 01s even. He's got the very unusual Corydorus Sipalawini, which is a funny name. Sipalawini, Sip-A-Li-Win-I. Let's call him instead of Sipalawini. But anyways, so he's got that kind of stuff. But then he also has right down to very affordable stuff, $9.99 for the gold stripe. Oh, good. He finally sold out of these purple sailfin gudgeons. These were an insane deal. He had those at $89. He moved them down to $69. But not only, guys, could you get these things, could you get these fish, these rare creatures at Moonlight Aquatics for that price, you can use the code FISHTORY10 and you can get another 10% off. And he has honored that. Now, beyond all this, the other thing that he's done that's incredibly kind is he's actually shipped out stuff to places like Puerto Rico and to places like Alaska and Hawaii that normally nobody in the fish world wants to deal with the paperwork and stuff of doing that, or the extra money, or even to Canada, for instance, if it's allowed and you've got the vet papers and yada yada yada. But all that being said, I have some texts here. Let me pull them up real quick. And he went outside the confines of what would normally be his website, because normally he sells everything on that Moonlight Aquatics website. He honors my code and he gives you guys the discount, and he'll even give you the exact price he pays, for shipping, for doing stuff like shipping it somewhere really difficult or making it work where like he's going to ship it on this day of the week. He's a one-man show, and yet he'll ship it out on Friday, even if that sounds insane. if you promise you're going to be there on Saturday the next morning, you know, stuff like that. So he had agreed to this guy who had bought several $100s of things before. And this guy's name, I'm going to zoom in on it. And his name is Julian Diaz or Diaz. And I have the full, I guess I should, oh, that's backwards for y'all, isn't it? Let's see. How can I unmirror image this live stream? Let's see here. Camera. Mirror my camera. Don't do that. Don't mirror my camera. Get out of here with that mirrored camera crap. Okay. So Julian Diaz. And what he did was he, and there's a lot of back and forth here between them and a lot of stuff. And he basically said he didn't get anything and that they were all dead. And you can see that they're all fine, for one. And then he flipped them on Morph Market and was trying to sell them on there. And then what he did was he did a chargeback to Chang. So because he had not bought it through the store, because Chang was so nice as to give him a custom printout for shipping, and he talked to this guy for like days about the logistics of this, why he needed to do something some special way. He then sent him this thing not using his website and PayPal's normal like ShipStation or whatever. And so he sent it through a person-to-person PayPal transaction. And the guy clicked fraud on Chang, who has so many good reviews. So this was over 700. Let me get the exact amount. The bank returned $167.99 to Chang out of $799 is all that happened, basically, with how it went down. So, one, I'm putting this guy on blast, this Julian Diaz. You can get a picture of him. I know there's a lot of people probably named Julian Diaz. Let's get a good focus. Come on. Come on. Come on. Julian Diaz's little thumbnail. I can post it on my channels. But, and I think I can get his username here too in a sec. Like for that. Oh yeah, and he also had it. So he tried to use Zelle, and then he tried to use Cash App, which are known to have a few different scammy ways about them. And so fortunately, Chang said, yeah, I have them, but I don't feel comfortable doing that with this much of an order. Even though you have ordered before, he just felt like something was off. And thank God, because this guy hit the fraudulent charges thing and never did the back pay thing. So he never got yeah, so he's selling those 174 plecos, the L174s on Morph Market, and over $700 worth of fish, and the guy sent him 150. Oh, the guy sent him 150, which ended up being shipping costs. So I wanted to put that dude on blast because his name is Julian Diaz, and I'm trying to see if he sent me the other screen, any other screen names involved. He's just out there in the open, though, by his name, if that is his real name. I mean, he's just hanging by his real name. And that's not the retail value of what Chang got stuck for. That's how much the fish that's what it cost him. And so he was like, I mean, it really did hurt. And it also just hurt his sense of, trusting people in the world, obviously. And I don't know, how it's all going to shake out, like fighting it. Maybe somebody else has some recommendations of like how he could go about fighting a PayPal back charge like that. But that's pretty ugly. And I'm surprised that when they have a shop or even a user that has that much good rating with them, like Chang does, he has like 9 years of being on there, that they would give another guy who admittedly he had like something like 30 good ratings on there, but then just, I don't know if personal hardship hit or what, but he just decided, I'm not going to pay. Chevy Fish, what's going on? So here's another interesting little thing going on. I see Chevy Fish. We all see Chevy Fish, right? Is this the same Chevy Fish that we all know and love from years and years on YouTube? Because I see Chevy Fish 4028, whereas there's also a Chevy Fish that's just Chevy Fish. So did someone get locked out of their account? Or is there two people, or are there more accounts made because someone's old account? So this is something else that I just wanted to point out. Sorry to I'm not saying Chevy Fish is doing anything wrong. I'm just saying this is the kind of thing that can also happen that we need to look out for amongst the community, is the handles, of folks it's to know, like, oh, we know that person. It's showing our handles today. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is. Okay. So that is a good example. It isn't a good example then, but it is oh, interesting. Weird. That is odd. Yeah. Okay. Is that going on all the channels or just mine? What is going on here? But okay, so Chevy Fish, I take back what I said about you. But what I was going to say is, if you do know somebody who's got a simple name, for instance, like Bob's Fish, and you see Bob's Fish in all your streams, right? And you always chat with Bob's Fish, and then you see a Bob's Fish 209 or Bob Fish instead of Bob's Fish. Sometimes that can be a flag, but so I wanted to shout out this payback or billback scam, and I wanted to shout out the people who have tried to get free winnings from giveaways, even though that's only been 2 people this in the last year, and like 4 or 5 people ever on this channel in particular. I also was reported, and this was years ago, but some of you will remember, probably Stephen P might remember, maybe Nancy, Chevy probably remembers, maybe Sonny, who it's good to see everybody on here. But I was reported to the Gambling Control Board, not just of Washington, because apparently they didn't care, my state, but to Georgia. So somebody went through the trouble of looking up who would care and went through until I ended up getting a phone call asking if I was running an illegal lottery from my YouTube channel. And they said, you know, we know this sounds silly, but we have to call and follow up with these things because, yeah. So they call me and they say, yeah, we got a report that you are giving away things, but you said that it was for members only. And if it's for members only, that means they had to pay to get to be a member, because they had confused members versus memberships, I guess. So subscribers versus members is what I'm saying. Sorry. And I just said you had to be a subscriber, and that if you were a membership holder, if you paid the $1.99, you got one extra ticket for the drawing. So for every user, they got 2 chances to win. For every subscriber, they just got the 1 chance to win. And that's how I kind of tried to equalize it out by giving a little bit of a favor still to, because you could buy multiple tickets in or give away multiple chances. You just have to, it has to be open. There has to be a chance for anybody to win in a sweepstake, and it can't be a lottery, which in their mind is when you make money from each ticket. It's a silly thing, and it didn't matter at the end of the day, but it was really interesting when that happened, just because I learned that I had to go through that. And I actually did find out who filed that complaint eventually, and it was just bizarre. But that's a story for another day. But today I just want to talk to you guys about a couple more things. I want to show you guys a couple more email tricks that have been going on, and I want to show you guys. Let me pull it up here. So So you guys are gonna see my email, my private email, and there's gonna be a couple things that you guys are probably gonna be. Stephen P, you're real close, and kind of. But yeah, same. The idea 100% came from that. And yeah, Corey at Aquarium Co-op at the same time had to do the same thing. And this was like, 6 years ago or whatever. Back when Corey was, had like a almost like a podcast type show. Anyways, I'm sure it was you, Steven. I'm sure it was you. But watch this now. So Google has been emailing me and calling me to help my channel grow daily now. So Jeff, this is really important, because if you have a channel, guys, anything over like 100 subscribers, right? If it's just a channel right now, Google, yes, they do want you to grow. They do want you to buy promotional stuff. They want you to promote your videos. And if you do that and then you stop, there isn't proof, but it seems pretty clear to me in my own experience, as well as a lot of other people have felt this way too, and other, YouTube space creators that just talk about algorithm chasing stuff, have made it clear that if you spend like $100 promoting your videos for each video consistently, they will bring more views to your video. That being said, as soon as you stop paying them the $100, you will fall below the level of the promotional amount, down to even lower, because you've set the bar so much higher that now you're going to fall under that, and they're going to say, "Ooh, this stuff's underperforming so badly," and they don't weight it for that. So it's a very sneaky little trick that they get you in. And if you start paying for a promotion, yes, it can work. And even a little bit, it can help, which seems like, oh, good, I'll throw more at it. And I only did it for 2 months, right when they started that program, to try it out. I put a couple $100 in and did it on a couple videos, and then one for in general, like increasing engagement for $200. And I talked to a lot of other creators that are doing it like crazy. A lot of them say, hey, put a third of the money you make every month back into it and you will get it, you know? Well, ever since I did that test, that was back in October, I think we've grown as a channel about 6,000 subscribers when we were growing like 20,000 easily a year, if not more, the last several years. And so I think it's very wise, Jeff, to build your channel organically, you know, or do giveaways, or, you know, do something like that that brings all the boys to the yard, you know, give away stuff, do things like that. But once you also help out, and so apparently people are sharing like how many months they've been a member on here, and it's not showing up on my side of the screen for some reason. But yeah, 36 months, Nancy. Thank you so much for your support, and I know it's been longer than that even. Also, somebody had 51 months. Asya, 51 months of support. You realize how insane that is? You guys realize how freaking insane that is? 36, that's 3 years, right? So 48, that's 4 years. I mean, at 60, we'll be at 6 years. That is, I mean, wow. Wait. 5 times 12, 60. No, 60 will be at 5 years. Yeah, wild. So wild. And Stephen P, 50 months. You guys, I can't thank you enough. I mean, I wish the memberships could be 99 cents. It drives me nuts that they cost $1.99. But I think that's something that they've changed at different points in time. But it would have opened doors to so many more of y'all. But thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. And I don't know how to thank you enough for literally sticking with me that long. If nothing else, like just the street cred, the nerdy FISHFAM street cred. Jeez. And Jeff Kane, 42 months. Johnny, 22. I know Chevy Fish has been around here for probably 70 months, you know, probably since I started, literally. Also, Johnny, thank you very much again for the super chat. That is very kind of you. I really do appreciate it. Prodigal Aquarius, walking dead here. Time for bed. Another 12-hour shift tomorrow. Well, you get some rest, my friend. Please rest up. Today was the first day in like weeks that I have had like this kind of fiery energy in the afternoon. And I was like, I got to see my people. I have missed my channel so much. And I have been working on lots of things. But anyways, you have a good night. You get some rest. And thank you for coming and hanging out. Bare Bottom Branton, what's going on? Where is, we're hanging out here. You found us. I mean, 40 of us or whatever, but we're here. You know, sometimes there's not a whole lot of us here. Other times it's a big old party. But for now, like the coolest of us, we're all hiding here. And welcome. Come on in. So what I was going to say, though, is what was I going to say? Oh, the other thing I want you guys to look out for, if you guys are a new YouTuber, if you guys are, even if you have like, 100 subscribers or whatever, and you feel like, oh, that, nobody would target me or try to scam me. Yeah, they will. They will definitely try to promise you the world and then try to steal your login stuff, or just horrible things. And just please be so careful, because that is such a shame when you guys are working so hard, starting your channel, getting it going like that. It's just such a bummer that that's who gets targeted. But I'm going to show you guys my personal email. So yeah, here we go. You're going to see some stuff like, oh, Alex, you're so broke, you are going to debtor's prison. No, you're not going to see anything like that. But I tried to look through my email and make sure there was nothing too private going on here. But I want you guys to see this. So look at this. This is the first thing I want you guys to see, which is, this is what I get in an email. Now, this looks very, very similar to what an actual YouTube email looks like, but it is a link to a private video that was shared with me. And if I look up here, it's from YouTube, no reply at youtube.com. But look at this. It's mailed by scoutcamp.bounces.google.com. So it looks like a legitimate freaking email from YouTube, and it says strike confirmed. And it says see details by warning notification. All of this is clickable. I don't click because it will take you to a private video. And basically this video, I guess I can probably fire this up. Well, they could actually strike me if I play their video. So I'm not going to. I'm not going to give them any reason to. But basically, I told them to go F themselves and that it wasn't real. So guys, let's see if did you guys see that? No, you guys didn't see that. So, let me show you guys that real quick. I guess I can show you how when I open this, copy. So they send this one-time upload. They'll send it to me. So they'll send me it and boom, this will pop up.
Hello, we are writing to inform you that a strike issued against your YouTube channel due to a violation of YouTube's community guidelines or content policies. This strike may affect your ability to upload content, live stream, or otherwise engage with platform features. If you believe this action was taken in error, you have the right to appeal the strike. To initiate the appeal process, please follow the instructions provided at the link below. We appreciate your prompt attention to this matter.
So 4 views 3 hours ago. And then look at this. This is, it just goes to more recommended videos, which cracks me up. But it's a channel that they built with 1 subscriber, and its name is warning notification with a YouTube sign. And then they have the actual link to how to appeal a strike right there. And all of this is designed to try to scare you into, well, it's not believable, Emily, to me or to a lot of us people who have grown up with the internet in our lives a lot. But to people who don't know better or who don't know the YouTube process, and they're like, oh no, I did use a clip that I thought was bad. YouTube really doesn't give you any freaking feedback. So look at this. Here's another one. Final reminder stand out for more earning opportunity. This is a real email, by the way, from YouTube. And this is a thing about standing out for more YouTube, I don't know, how to make more money, how to be more integrated or whatever. Launching a new feature allows you to share your channel audience data with advertisers so that they can give you more money for revenue ads, brand deals, and shopping affiliate offers, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, I will go ahead and delete that. But, you know, final reminder, it makes it look scary, blah, blah, blah. Well, that is a real YouTube thing. And that's what's so annoying, is that real alerts from YouTube can look really sketchy. Let me try to find another good example of, do I have any, do I have any here with YouTube? Actually, I can just search YouTube. Okay, so like AdSense. Google, when it AdSense, when I check who oh shoot, I probably, well, it doesn't really matter. That's just a link to my earnings. I think I don't think anybody can care about that. But again, this is weird. When is this from? August? Oh, March 9th. Okay. But stand out for more earning opportunities, Google AdSense, check your payments, blah, blah, blah. So these private videos being shared with you say YouTube and its employees will never contact you or share information about your channel with you. Okay, so it says that at the top because it's an officially bounced, you know, document. Someone smarter than me is going to have to tell me how they send it that way so that it reads like it's from there. But I want to show you guys a real YouTube. This is when from my last video that I got a strike on for guidelines. And this one is when I did, it said I did this. I violated violent and graphic, and that I have no further recourse, really. And this basically, it has the same bounce here. I mean, and it comes from, it looks like YouTube, no reply at youtube.com. And again, this is a real one. And it gives you like resolution options, blah, blah, blah. But that's pretty wild that's from February. So that luckily is worn off and everything. But I just wanted to show you guys that like they're sending you these things if you're a creator for sure, but even if you're not a creator, even if you're just somebody who's on YouTube, you might get something saying you've violated terms and like, you know, we need your password because someone stole your account and is posting videos of illegal children stuff, right? And you would think, oh my gosh, that's awful. I don't want to get wrapped up in that. Here, I'll log in because it's from YouTube. I'll give them my login. Boom. They have it. You know what I mean? So there's some really crazy stuff that can go on there, but I just wanted to hear if any of you guys have had any of these crazy scams or any version of these things that I've been talking about tonight go down against you. The other one that I get all the freaking time is I'll get emails that'll say from Sony, and then you'll read like you'll carefully read it. It'll say from Sony.com/Hector's blah 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 .de, like .Germany, right? And then it'll say we want to send you this, this, and this. All we need is the money for the shipping. That's a red flag. Don't ever give them that. Or your info, or a little bit of processing. Never, nothing, none of that. Don't give them any of that. And yes, outside in aquatics. Hey, there's this guy who emailed me about optimizing my thumbnails and videos. All it needs is a gift card and my social security. I think, yeah, exactly. So the other thing that happens a lot, you know, for creators is they do get real people and bots both offering to, hey, I'll edit your videos, or do you want to try a round of this, or you have been selected, we like what you're doing, we dig we like the cut of your jib, whatever. And unless they specifically mention your channel, you by name, or something that's not linked, like right in the title of all your stuff that could be skimmed easily by like a bot or an easy script or like crawler of some sort, and then reference something about your channel that's deeper than, oh, pets or fish or whatever, like don't even give it a second look. But I have had people contact me from, for instance, Fluval or Higer or ADA even, where I'm like, are you kidding me? They're just going to send me an email like this. Hey, we want to send you a free light. And like sometimes that is it is clear cut, but you really need to do your research, because like there are other ways to go about that. And it is really crazy how they also a waifu body pillow, like the name. A fishery, the main rule is that your YouTube account should be connected to its own 100% private dedicated email to avoid all these problems. Well, yeah, I mean, sure, that would help. But I've had my email for 20 years or whatever, 25 years probably, since the 90s. And yeah, I've used it as like I sell guppies like in the classified papers, and used it on PayPal and things like that. So I just have always had it as kind of my public facing email, even though it is my personal email. But with its private email, no one will have it other than YouTube themselves. Yeah, that's true. But that being said, my email, when I did try to keep it private, it got leaked real quick. Just even before I had even, I don't know, 5,000 YouTube subscribers, I was getting lots of stuff about it. But you're right. That is a security protocol that would be a good idea for most folks, especially if you're starting from scratch nowadays. What's going on? Really excited. Just put order in for my plants in your 60p ADA tank. Nice. That's exciting. So guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to hopefully get back to streaming and posting videos. You know, I hope that will happen consistently. But as you know, I've had health issues, and it's been a rough go of things. But I appreciate all of you oh so very much. And everything all y'all have said, and watching the old videos, watching the few videos I've made this month. I'm going to try to get back onto it. And the production level of editing and stuff Might start out a little slower again as I kind of ramp back into this. But I have a whole backlog of thoughts and ideas and things I'd love to do videos on. But in my head, I'm like, I'm waiting until so-and-so emails me because they have all the best footage of that fish. And I want to really share that awesome footage I saw from my friend Bob of his snake head when I talk about snake heads, things like that, you know? And so, yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much. It's good to see all of you. And again, I really appreciate all y'all for being here, for participating. Thank you, super chatters. Thank you, members. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, those of you who do all of those things. Thank you, Emily, for being here since like the beginning, since before the beginning of the stream. Also, obviously, to everyone else and all you longtime folks like Jeff and Stephen P. and Chevy Fish and Ollie the Pufferfish and Asya, so many, Mike, Mick, who else is in here? Regina. I don't even know who's still in here, but you guys, you know who you are, and I appreciate you oh so much. So I hope that you have a great night. And if you're watching a rerun of this and you made it this far, like, you must be really hardcore. So please share in the description anything that you've had go on that's a little fishy, even if it involves the FISHFAM or YouTube or scam or the aquarium hobby. Let's kind of keep it focused to that. I don't need to hear about like the car mechanic that screwed you guys over. But I would like to hear any of that. Oh yeah, insert thank you by Alanis Morissette. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, India. Thank you, chocolate. Thank you, Providence. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. That's what you guys get. My cat, she just gouged her ears out. Poor little thing. She put 2 little chopsticks in her ears and went. All right, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Hopefully I will stream by Tuesday and maybe earlier if I've got the energy, because I feel like I owe everyone a whole lot more streams. And I do have all the research, well, not much research needed to be done, but I have a list of all the species of rasboras that are known up to and as of yesterday anyways. So unless they add one tonight, so we could go look at the 84 rasboras. We can leave out some of the really common ones, but I thought that next live stream we can hang out, we can chat, and we will look at the cool photos and videos of some of the lesser known rasboras. Did you guys know there were 84 of those freaking things? I did not. I thought there were like 40. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night. And again, much love to all of y'all. Take care. Cheers.